It's Sunday and I'm just posting a quick family history project episode, but I wanted to do sort of an am reading or random bookish things type of video. I finished Espresso Shot this week, which was a really good culinary mystery. I also finished Cannibals and Missionaries, which is a completely different type of book, but also a really intense read. And now I have to decide what to read next, I guess. I've started to read a few short stories from Lucia Berlin's collection, A Manual for Cleaning Women. When I pick up a short story collection, I tend to just read from the front to the back. There are a lot of stories in here, so it will take me a while, but I think it'll be interesting because so far they're about the Southwest U.S., and I'm going to go on vacation to the Southwest in a couple weeks, so I'll probably take this with me for some quick reading breaks. It's Lucia Berlin's writing so far is interestingly kind of how I think. So she doesn't necessarily write in complete sentences, but she more strives, at least in my opinion, she seems to strive more for an accurate depiction of a scene, and that has more to do with describing the feelings in a setting, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I am not sure if I'm going to read Jasper Fforde's Lost in a Good Book. I did flip through the first little bit of it, and I think that it's a much better place for me to start with Jasper Fforde than the last one of his that I tried. His. And I'll probably keep it around, but I don't know that it'll be my top pick. I tried to read Shades of Grey. I think that's the book name. Let's see if it might be written in here. I tried to read a Jasper Fforde novel before called Shades of Grey or 50 Shades of Grey. I don't remember. Out of rebellion against the really popular erotica type book, 50 Shades of Grey. But it just wasn't for me because I've definitely hit my limit on British type books whose main purpose is to lampoon the bureaucracy. So it just didn't do it for me. My first one of those was The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and it will always and forever be my book, my go-to book. I was less enthralled with Good Omens, less still by Postal Service. It's one of the Discworld novels. And I found the Shades of Grey book by Jasper Fforde to be like that, and it just wasn't for me. So I'm glad to pick up something else by this author, even if I might not get to it right now. I at least know where it is, and I know that I like it. But the reason that I don't think I'll get to it is we're in Lent, and I always try to read something something that'll get me thinking about the season. So coming on BookTube is like my big sacrifice this Lent because for all the reasons. But in addition to that, I want to read something. And so I've got a couple that I'm going to try. So Joanne Harris's Chocolat came in from my library, so I'm really excited to read this. I'm definitely going to read it. Chocolat the movie with Juliette Binoche and Johnny Depp is my go-to movie for Lent. I'm not sure what that says about me, because it's not necessarily a celebration and justification or anything of sacrifice in Lent, but I still find it to be a really powerful commentary on how we should be considering our place in life relative to others and relative to God. So I heard that this is a good book, possibly even better than the movie, so I'm going to read it. It's pretty short, so I think I can gobble it up pretty quickly. I also have two off my shelf. Last year I read Per Lagerqvist's Barabbas, and I don't think I got a lot. I don't think I understood it, so I'll definitely have to read it again. But I found it to be a really interesting take on the story of Barabbas, and I liked that it was off-center. Like, it wasn't considering the life of Christ exactly. It was considering somebody else from that period whose life nonetheless has importance for Christianity. So akin to that, like, just because I was interested in that, I picked up Amos Oz's Judas because it is also by I guess you would call a secondary character in the Christ crucifixion story. I don't think it's going to be much like Barabbas. I've never read anything by Amos Oz, but I was also interested in it because it seems to present a Jewish perspective. So it says, the inner flap says, it's at once an exquisite love story and a coming-of-age novel. Judas offers an illuminating perspective on the state of Israel and the biblical tale from which it draws its title. And of course, there's nothing in current events right now that would make our understanding of Israel at all important. So, so that's another option. And finally, José Saramago's The Gospel According to Jesus Christ. Again, I don't really know what to expect with this. Let's see. The back of it says, the life of Jesus Christ and the story of his passion are things of this earth. A child crying, a gust of wind, the caress of a woman half asleep, the bleat of a goat or the bark of a dog, a prayer uttered in the grayish morning light. He's a Nobel Prize winning author. This book itself is a prize winning book. If you've ever read The Gospel According to Jesus Christ, or the new Amos Oz book, Judas, let me know which one you might recommend. And if you've ever read Chocolat, feel free to tell me more about it. I feel like I already know the story because I've watched the film, but I don't know if it's closely linked at all. I feel like this video has been super, super long. Me just talking. So I'm going to chill out to some fiction. Canned red wine. and end my Sunday on a high note. So I hope you've had a good weekend, and I'll see you next time.